Oh. Hey folks, how you doing? Papa Joe here. Sitting there trying to decide how to start this video. I had a conversation with a buddy of mine, and he was telling me about an interview he was watching yesterday online. Carlos Tucker, I think, is that how you say his name? Carlos Tucker? Well, Tucker. And said that Tucker's talking to this professor from Purdue University. And now I don't know when the interview actually was. You know how that goes online. But she's got this thing going on where they are removing the word man from everything. He said Tucker was just cracking up. I bet he was. But even names of towns, like Manchester, take man out of it. So what are we going to call it? Chester or Person Chester? And she didn't care as long as you took man out of it. And he's like, well, you're a woman. Man is in woman. What are we supposed to call you? She didn't care. As long as you just call her a person and I won't be offended. Really. Here a little while back, a couple months ago, whatever it was, they had a deal going where they was trying to do away with Father's Day. I don't see it happening for the majority of Americans. Okay, there'll be a few nuts, but I guarantee you for my children, there'll always be a Father and a Mother's Day. It's showing respect. If you're going to do away with Father's Day, you need to do away with Mother's Day, and you need to do away with Grandparents' Day. And you might as well put a big hurting on a bunch of the card people that makes these cards that they sell you for all these. Might as well do away with birthdays. Was you really born? You know? Might as well do away with all the greeting cards, birthday cards, holiday cards, anything that has male or female on them. Let's just make it all per person. I tell you, some of the nonsense they come up with just blows me away. Well, I guarantee you, folks, I am a man, and I'm proud of it. This is what God made me. He's been working on me and trying to make me a better man, but I'm still a man. I have absolutely no identity problems at all. I don't feel that I'm a woman. I don't relate to any animals. I'm not a goat. I'm a man. Now they try to tell us where there's a war on women. I really don't see it. I think women have progressed quite well. There's a war on blacks. I don't see it. I think they've been coming along pretty good. Overall. Those that want to. Those that have some initiative. Those that will get out and work for the American dream. It's not just the illegals that are dreamers. We as Americans have our dreams. I have mine. You've got yours. And this nonsense about I'm offended. Get over it. You know, I've got over 1,000 videos up on this channel, I think. Pretty sure I do. And you're going to tell me that in all the videos that I've made, because I've made some about religion, I've made some on politics, I've made some on trucking, I've made some on cooking, I've just done daily updates. But you gonna tell me that out over 1,000 videos that I have not offended somebody? Imagine I have. Imagine that's why I have some to drop off. But one thing about all them videos is that I'm honest with you about what I think, what I feel, and what's going on. And I'm going to be honest with you again today. Because I'm going to let you know that if I offend you in one of my videos, I don't care. It's not my problem. It's your problem. If you are so tender that you get offended by words spoken by another person, if you get offended because someone else thinks differently than you, if you get offended because I'm not going to toe the line you think I should toe, that's all your problem. The rest of the country should not have to change everything in their life, their way of talking, their way of thinking, to stop you from being offended. Once again, in America, we go overboard. Now, I'll grant you, back in the day, we had race issues and all that, and it was wrong, and it offended people, and it needed to be changed. So a lot of people changed it. That's like the N-word. You can't even say it. It's the N-word. Well, you know, when I was growing up, if we substituted cuss words, I was taught that it's still a cuss word. You just said it differently. So N-word should be offensive as the actual word. And not only that, is if it's offensive for you and I to use it, why do a lot of the black culture use it? Why do they use it in their rap songs and stuff? If it's so offensive that it needs to be taken out of vocabulary, take it out of everybody's vocabulary, not just some. Oh, well, it's our culture, is what they try to tell you. Wrong. If it's offensive, take it out. Oh, well, it ain't offensive if another black calls you. Wrong. They got an attack on women. No, you've got an attack on men. If you're a middle-aged male working, they've got a target on your back. And everything that's gone wrong in the world is your fault. Let's say it out like it is. If you are a white male, everything in the world that is wrong is your fault. Period. We have white privilege. I sure would like to see it. But they claim I have white privilege. What? I have the privilege of working? What? I have the privilege of paying and supporting those that are too lazy to work? I don't mind helping those that are actually in need. But this lifestyle of having your hand out, and you and I are the ones working to pay for it. We're not supposed to be offended. And most of us ain't. We're just pissed. There's a difference. And you're not supposed to speak it. It's an unspoken truth that is supposed to be unspoken. Don't say nothing. Because if you admit that you're carrying society on your back as the working class, then you're going to offend those that ain't working, and you shouldn't say it. Unspoken truth. Several years ago, me and the wife was talking, and I was encouraging her to start a business. And she didn't know what to start, what to do, and I told her, well, I do, and I can run it. Well, then you start the business. I can't. Nobody will give me money. I'm a middle-aged white male. They will laugh at me. I said, you, however, are a middle-aged white woman, so you stand a chance, because you are a woman. I said, if you was any of the other ethnics thrown in there with it, they would chase you down to give you money. But me, they would laugh at me. It's an unspoken truth. And it just offended somebody. So I'm not supposed to say it. Wrong. You don't know me very well. I can't help it. I call it like I see it. And this professor from Purdue, it's that kind of nonsense that is creating the problems that we have. The majority of the educational institutions are liberal. And they have these warped ways of thinking. And they are installing them in our youth. And they're coming out here with warped ways of thinking. They're coming out here thinking that all of us old bad people that put them through college, we're the ones that made the money for their student loans. So if we didn't earn it and pay it in, the money wouldn't be there for them to borrow to not pay back. We're all wrong. We're the bad guys. I don't want to take credit away from any of the other people that work, the blacks and all that stuff. I really don't. There are a lot of them that work and contribute just like you and I. Period. However, the target's not on their back. The target's on the white guy's back. Because with the liberal way of thinking, everything is our fault. Absolutely everything. The way they're teaching our youth, they're coming out here, cop haters. They don't want to work. They think everything should be given to them. They don't think that they should have to work and pay their dues. They should start right there on the even playing ground with you and I. In the trucking industry, that happens a lot. But in the real workplace, you have to pay your dues and work your way up. That ain't right. That offends somebody. So it should change. I tell you, it's about a joke. In my opinion, it's a joke. And we're just letting it continue to happen. The only way it's going to stop is by somebody like me offending people and speaking the truth and getting the truth out there. So don't be offended. Just go ahead and speak the truth. And the truth is good. The truth will set you free. Ain't that what they've always said? I'm going to cut this rascal off. I guess I have offended plenty of other people. If I offended you, let me know. I won't care, but at least I'll know. Now, I want y'all to go out there and have a unoffended day. Don't have thin skin. Don't let the nonsense out here offend you. You can let some of it make you mad, but don't let it offend you. Remember, offended or not, God loves you and so do I. Enjoy your unoffended day. Bye.